sack. Chris Jones smokes Phillip Rivers right back at the 40.
He's not banking on the skill that he's been blessed with.
The end zone, KELCE, great catch, touchdown, Kansas City.
Level flings it across his body, and it's caught by Hill. Hill has it. He
At the 30, he's at the 20. Dirty Dan all the way to the end zone.
Victory evening here in Monday Night Football in Mexico City. Mitch Holthus with you along with the Barbershop, Shawn Barber. 24-17 win. To me, the most impressive thing about this game, closing the game. Closing the game. Dan Sorensen gets the pick, but this defense closed this game on several occasions.
Multiple times our offense had a chance to run the clock down, but kept putting the defense back out there, and our defense kept standing up, rising up, keeping them out the end zone. I think that was the theory or the theme of the entire night. Just keep the Chargers out the end zone, make them kick field goals, make them do anything besides scoring touchdowns. And we had enough. We made enough plays on the defense side of the ball to come away with a victory here in Mexico City.
And there were enough plays on the offensive end, too, to get the win. But let's go back to what you alluded to, holding the fort in the first half. If you look at the stats, they were ridiculous. Chargers had the ball about 2.5 to 1, 2 to 1 on stats, and the Chiefs led 10-9. It was the red zone defense holding the field goals and getting a turnover as they were driving in when Frank Clark stripped the ball and Derek Nottie got an interception.
Yeah, our offense definitely took advantage after a big interception by the Honey Badger to put us up on the 5-yard line, being able to score that one touchdown, getting the field goal, and going into halftime up 10-9. Our defense held, always in the red zone. Didn't let them in the touchdown. No touchdowns in the first half. Kept them the field goals, which kept us with the lead going into halftime.
Yeah, that MATHIEU pick of 34 yards gave the Chiefs a short field, down 3-0, and got the touchdown on a 6-yard run. The offense again did enough. The throw to KELCE to go up 24-9. Let me go before to that. Guts on the drive to start the second half. It's 10-9. The Chiefs have a 75-yard drive. Guts by MAHOMES to run the ball for 20. Guts by Sammy Watkins to get 10 yards after the catch, and then guts on a run by Shady McCoy to get that touchdown.
Yeah, Shady McCoy was battling a few injuries, a few bumps and bruises, but I think because we had a bye week coming up, those guys just kept grinding. They kept grinding. It was no quitting this team, and they did what they had to do to win the game.
And I love the offensive line. Ryder came back after being examined, concussion. He was clear to go. But the offensive line, for the first time since the Jacksonville game, and you could tell they had a little bit of attitude about it.
Oh, they wanted to finish this game ground and pound. They wanted the running backs to run the ball. They wanted to keep weighing on those Chargers defenders. And we knew late in the game if we needed to run the ball to create a first down, to get some extra yardage, that these early downs of running the ball would pay off late in the game.
And then finally, before we go to break here, as we're going to talk to TYRANN Mathieu, the Honey Badger, and Travis KELCE here in the show, you can close it out on special teams. Go back, what was it, 2 podcasts ago? We were talking about closing it. How about Dustin Colquitt? The Chiefs drive to the 49, the midfield to the Charger 44, punt to the 7, punt to the 10, punt to the 17. To me, that was gigantic because it made the Chargers have to go the length of the field.
You talk about defensive encouraging excitement. When you have a chance to go out and you know they're already inside the 10-yard line, that means they got to go 90-plus yards to score. That is how you encourage and keep a defense exciting about going out on that field.
I said it on the radio, muy importante. This is a big win. The Chiefs go to 7-4. We got more coming your way from here in Mexico City.
All right. As far as the injuries go, just real quick, Tyreek Hill strained his hamstring early in the game. Damian Williams hurt his ribs. They're looking at those as we go here. Jordan Lucas hurt his shoulder. So Ryder came out but went back in, or excuse me, Reeder, and then LaShawn, I'm not sure exactly all what happened there, but something with his head. So I'm not sure exactly what the final decision was there. I was real proud of our defense for the job that they did today. I think Frank Clark probably jumps out at you for the job that he did. He had a heck of a game. 4 takeaways, the guys that intercepted the football and then helped create the turnovers. Again, I'm proud of those guys for the job they did there. We were able to get 7 points out of that. Probably had another chance for another turnover right there with the Badger. He had one in his hands and he's kind of kicking himself for it, but he did a nice job with the one that he did catch. Pat had 60 yards rushing. Pretty impressive for a guy with a couple banged up legs there. So he pushed himself through and had some big yards doing that. KELCE came up with the 7 receptions for 90 plus yards and puts him in some elite category there amongst tight ends in the history of the game. So, and then I thought special teams really did a nice job. I was proud of those guys. Dustin for the way he punted and you know, maintaining the field position with the coverage teams. Anyways, with that, time's yours. I'll tell you what, we love the hospitality that we received. Phenomenal people. You know, it was a great experience. I think the players would tell you the same thing, but I think that stands out to me are the people. They're just tremendous and so welcoming. Well, the win, you know, I told the team, Viva la Mexico, man. I'm in, huh? We enjoyed the win. But about not playing here last year, we were sorry that happened, but heck, we're glad we came this time. And like I said, the hospitality that you gave us was over the top great.
Coach, you have 5 more games left. Do you think the next one against the Oakland Raiders is going to be the most important in the rest of the season after the bye week? And did the altitude of Mexico City affect your players any?
Yeah, so the Raiders, that's always good competition right there. So we'll have to ourselves. We're going to take some time off, though, with the bye week, and then we'll come back and get ready for them for the first part of your question. The way that Mexico City, the altitude, it's up here now. I mean, we're high, so there's not a lot of oxygen, but it's good oxygen, the one that we had, so we were able to make the best of it. We used every bit of it, I think, towards the end there.
Coach, about the game, there wasn't a factor in the special defeats for you to decide to run a little bit more tonight?
Yeah, but I didn't run much in the first half, so I thought it was a good thing to crank it up a little bit, and then down the stretch, you know, we were in 4-minute mode there, and we've got to make sure we close out the game. I was proud of our defense, though, for closing the game out the way they did, and then Dan with the big interception at the end was a huge play. So. Yeah, listen, I think he's feeling better, you know, physically feeling better. And he's been kind of battling through the injury, and I think starting kind of midweek, he was going, man, this, you know, I'm feeling better here, and I think that sure paid off.
Coach, what can you do to achieve consistency defensively?
Yeah, so you know, we've been kind of on the rise, and then last week not so good, and then we're back. So we're back in. Last week we gave up too many big plays. So this week we came back and made a lot of big plays, and we hung in there and kept battling. So when things were kind of tough there, and they were moving the ball a little bit, we battled, and then we did a great job in the red zone. I think they were 1 for 3 in the red zone. We ended up being 2 for 2, and that's a big stat in football.
And all 4 interceptions were pretty meaningful, but
excuse me.
But how much did you think TYRANN's kind of sort of flipped the script a little bit on how the game?
Yeah, no, that was a big one. So, and then he had a chance for another one, right, Vi? So, but I thought he played a good game. He came all the way across from the backside on that to make that play, and then had a great run after that. You saw some of his punt return, Bill. When he was a young pup, he was a punt returner, so you saw a little bit of that go in play.
Chargers to less than 100 yards rushing after the last couple of weeks, allowing A pretty big chunk of yards running. This time you were able to hold the Chargers to less than 100 yards rushing. What was the key this time around?
Yeah, again, I thought our linebackers played well. I thought our interior linemen, the guys that don't get quite as much publicity as those outside guys, I thought they played well and did a great job of gap controls and so on. Yeah. Anybody want to talk to Pat Mahomes? I can say it. All right.
The team effort. You know, when you got offense like ours, you know, we just ask for them to put up the right amount of points. Our job as a defense is to go out there, you know, force as many third and outs as possible. You know, get off the field on third down, make plays, and force turnovers. And I believe just collectively, you know, as a defensive unit, we did that tonight. And we gave our offense just as many opportunities just to get the job done.
You got to Phillip Rivers quite a bit, but one of them you were able to get a hand on him. Derek Nottie was able to get the first interception of his pro or college career. You just walk me through that play.
Man, I'm just doing what I'm coached to do, doing what I love to do, and that's rush the passer. That's it. You know, when you practice, you know, you practice hard, and you know things like that show up in the game, and that's the one thing I've been wanting to do since I got healthier.
What do you think that kind of the statement performance this was from you tonight, living in the backfield?
It's just, you know, just shows you know the type of player I am. You know, this is me. I mean, ain't nothing changed. Just still Frank Clark. You know, I'm still dominant. I still feel like I'm one of the best in the league at my position. And, you know, just I got a great defensive unit, man. I love my defensive line, man. You know, there's nothing I can do, you know, without them. You know, we go to work every week. You know, we go through all the difficult times, and, you know, we go through the turmoil and people doubting us and stuff. And, you know, just feel good to be able to go out there with my D-line and get the job done, man.
You guys are talking back and forth out there. How good does it know, you know, when you're going to the bye week with a victory?
It's nothing like it. You know, I've been on the side where you're going to that bye week, you know, with a lose, you know, with a loss, and, you know, it's nothing like it. You know, so to go out there and get this W going into the bye week, you know, give us some time to recuperate, get our bodies together, get our minds back together, and, you know, go on this stretch so we can make these playoff runs.
Chiefs win at 24-17 here in Mexico City. One of the heroes of the game, Travis KELCE. I want to ask you about the corner route for the touchdown. And Pat Mahomes put it right in your fingers. Great route, great catch. What happened?
It was an unbelievable ball. I mean, he makes it easy on all of us, doesn't he? I was licking my chops. The drive before that, they were running a little bit of cover two, and I didn't specifically go up to Coach Reed and tell him, you know, run that play, but he knew what was going on out there too. So it's just it's a great play call, a great throw, and I was lucky enough to grab it for 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs, baby.
In my prep for the game, I'm always looking at how you do against an opponent. You had not had a touchdown against these guys in 11 games. You got one now.
Yeah, I mean, it's they play a very solid defense, and they're good at what they do. They challenge us every single week that we have to face them. But I mean, it's Kansas City. I mean, you just got to keep striving, keep taking strides, keep working throughout the work weeks, and sure enough, everything will fall together.
People say grit and guts, or it's kind of a cliche. This was a grit and guts game. This wasn't fantasy football. This was reality football. You guys able to move the ball enough in the second half with the lead and able to keep in the game, kind of keep it at arm's length.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot to improve on. That's the biggest thing that we're going to look at after this game is just, you know, where can we seal the deal? Not even put our defense out there on the field at the end and let Daniel Sorensen be a hero himself. Shout out to Danny, Dirty Dancing, man. That's my guy. But it's, you know, taking accountability and not even getting it into that situation.
Great for Dirty Dan. Last year on Monday Night Football, you know, everybody was on him about the great job. But I want to ask you one final question. When I do college basketball, they talk about post going left shoulder, right shoulder. Oh my gosh, you have got that. You have a patent on that move?
Oh, listen, man, I'm lethal on the post now. I'm lethal. I was a nice little switch 4. I could take you outside, take all the big guys outside and take the little guys inside. I had some moves down on the post, but I was just fortunate to, you know, when I made the move, it worked this time. It was funny because I made the move. I made 3 guys miss just to get an extra like 3 or 4 yards. So
it was worth it. Enjoy the bye, my friend.
Thank you. Chiefs Nation, let's get it going, baby.
Let's go, baby. The kingdom. Left shoulder, right shoulder. Travis KELCE.
Yeah, it was amazing, honestly. The stadium, I mean, first when you get to walk out that tunnel and see the stadium, how big, and you can just tell the history in it. We watched videos before we came here of just the amazing games and stuff that have been played in this stadium before. And so to be a part of that is awesome, something I'll be able to tell my kids hopefully later in life. And then the fans were amazing. I mean, they really were. They were cheering the whole game. It was loud. It was a great atmosphere.
Patrick, quick question about, obviously, you led the team in rushing tonight. I know that's something that Coach Reed would not like to have happen in the near future. But that being said, were you wanting to prove a point about you being back healthy and stuff? I know you said that this is the healthiest you felt since the beginning of the season.
No, I wasn't. I was trying to just make plays happen. We struggled in the pass game as far as doing what we would like to do, and so they have great pass rushers. And so whenever they got just too far upfield, I try to take advantage and get first downs. And so I think the biggest thing was there was the one big run where it was a kind of a RPO, and I tried to throw it, and they caught me with going into a cover 2. And so I ended up running where the running back should have ran. And then the one late in the game when they were rushing upfield, and I just kind of slipped out and found a way to get a first down.
Did you kind of tweak your knee there on one of those scrambles in the second half?
No, I didn't tweak my knee. I got hit in my knee for the first time. And so I think it was kind of out of I was like kind of sitting there like, man, taking a shot there. So I kind of just felt it. It felt fine. And I kind of got back up and kept going.
What did you see from the defense throughout the week at practice that made you not really surprised they came out and played the way they did tonight?
I think what Coach Reed said is the most important thing. I mean, they've been playing like that the last few weeks here. Even in the Titans game, if you'd have watched the first half, they were playing at that same standard. I mean, the second half got away. They gave up some big plays, but this defense has been getting better and better the whole season long. And today was with how the offense played, they really stepped up and won the game for us.
Patrick, what are you saying to your guys at the end of the game, letting them know that this is a game that you need to close out?
Yeah, I mean, we kept that confidence all game long. I think that was the biggest thing as a team, offensive, defense, and special team, is we knew that someone was gonna make a play to win the game, and if we just believed in each other, then we were gonna win the game. And so that's a great football team, and we found a way to get a win and found a way to win against a division opponent.
Patrick, what would you say?
Last year, you did not get the chance to come here to play to Mexico. Now that you did, would you recommend Mexico and the field, not only but the field itself?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience. I mean, being here and being at this stadium and seeing these fans and everything like that. I mean, last year we wanted to be here and we didn't get the opportunity to, but we know they put a lot of preparation and time into that field to get us here and give us the chance to go out there and play a great football game.
Patrick, what was the difference between the first half and second half offensively? It seemed like you guys were really out of kilter the first 3-4 series.
I think the biggest thing as an offense the first half is me being a little too over-aggressive. There was times where you saw in the second half I kind of just took the check downs and hit the running backs out of the backfield when I had those early in the game. And so just kind of going back and reevaluating myself during the game, during halftime, and realizing that if they're going to get depth and they're going to kind of take away our shots, that if we're going to have to just kind of take what's there, and then whenever we get the opportunities like we had with KELCE in the red zone there, you take advantage of those.
Patrick, how did you feel the altitude of Mexico City, and if you still believe you can throw a 100-yard passing here?
I definitely feel like I could throw it pretty far. I don't know about 100, but I definitely felt like I could throw it pretty far. I mean, for me, I didn't feel the altitude too much. I mean, I think for me, the biggest thing was I scrambled more than I usually do, so I was pretty tired then anyways. And so we're definitely high up there. I saw guys that were getting a little tired there, but they fought through it and found a way to get a win.
All right, thank you, Patrick. Thank you.
You know, Coach called a great game plan, you know what I mean? I ended up being a D-field safety. I'm just bringing you through the play right now. Number 2 just so happened to cross my face and keep going vertical, so I know I had to carry that. Just me and him, the ball in the air, and I just ended up grabbing it, slipped in the front of him. Interception, that's just how it all took place.
Can you describe the feeling when you came down with that ball in that situation?
To be honest, unbelievable. First person that meet me was 5, we call Honey Badger, TYRANN, whatever you want to call him. Like, first person that meet me with was him. I was just like, oh yeah, like this is real. International interceptions, you know what I mean? That's the caption. Don't steal my caption. I got to say it first. But it's unbelievable. I can't even top. That's the greatest feeling I ever felt.
You guys were able to pick off Phillip Rivers 4 times in this game. The defensive front got a lot of pressure. How do you guys play off one another? How did that pressure help you guys make plays in the back end?
You know what I mean? We got 5-5 back. He was amped this whole week. He was amped, putting the pressure on us. And if he was putting the pressure on us, you know he was putting the pressure on the defense as well, on the D-line as well. So we already knew coming into the game, the front 7 was going to be on their job, and it was going to come down to us to end it.
How good does it feel knowing you take this W to the bye week?
Oh, phenomenal, phenomenal. You know what I mean? We got an extra week to dwell on the win, even though it's forgetting this league, you know what I mean? You don't really dwell on it too long, but we got a couple extra days to bask on this trip, this win, and everything.
All right, congrats.
When you need a play, you call on TYRANN MATHIEU, the Honey Badger. I want to ask you about the 34-yard interception, because everybody's kind of gasping for air at that point at 3-0. That flipped the game. Walk me through the play.
Well, you know, I'm just trying to make the plays that come to me. Really felt like it was a great call. I mean, they gave us the perfect formation. I knew what was coming, so it all worked out for me. So big kudos to Spags for really trusting and believing in me to make those kind of plays.
To pick Rivers 4 times, could have been a 5th, it was real close. We'll let that one go. But to get 4 picks on him, what does that mean for your guys' defense and coverage?
You know, it's a confidence boost, you know, for us, you know, especially how we finished the game last week, and then understanding, realizing the kind of football we need to play going forward. We got Oakland, who's hot right now, and New England, and, you know, so we got some teams that we need to understand our momentum and take advantage of our momentum. And I thought tonight what was beautiful. I thought RASHAD stepped up, made some big plays, and Dan, that interception in the end zone was just so sweet, so much swag. So shout out to Dan.
Big time. And final question has to deal with just closing games, shutting them down. I know coaches talked to you about it. We've looked at it, but when you get a chance to shut the door on somebody, you've been in this league long enough. What's it take here in these last games to shut it down when it's there?
I got to be honest. This week we wanted to be in that situation. You know, we wanted to be able to get that bad taste out of our mouth, and you should have saw the looks on the guy's face when we knew we had to go back out there. Everybody was locked in tune. I mean, from our young boys to our vets, it was a beautiful thing, and we got to keep that going. I thought we communicated well on the sideline, pre-snap, post-snap. We worked a lot together, and so if anything I could take from the night is, you know, how tight we played, and how you could tell that the guy was playing for the guy next to him. So I'll take that. Enjoy the bye week. Enjoy that family. Yes, sir. TYRANN MATHIEU, the Honey Badger. Huge interception. Chiefs win at 24-17. So the Chiefs get the victory here in Mexico City, 24-17. Dirty Dan Sorensen closing the door on him with an interception at the end of the game. I've only been doing this 26 years as the voice of the Chiefs. I don't think I've ever seen a team need a bye week more than this team needs this bye week.
Yeah, we had a bunch of big plays in the second half by the defense. Fenton, Sorensen, Noddy in the first half, Frank Clark all over the place. The linebackers flying around. I mean, if you talk about a team victory as far as the defense side of the ball, 11 guys flying around, having each other's back, and then special teams stepping up, offense making the big plays when they needed to make, like you said, McCole Hardman, both of the Williams, and Shady McCoy.
But Damian Williams left with an injury. Shady McCoy left with an injury. Chiefs were down to 1 halfback. Darrell Williams, that and the Sausage, who loved it because he got to play 2-back smash mouth. And Tyreek Hill injured in this game as well. That's why they need this bye week to rest up, because get ready, here we go. At the very least, the Chiefs will be 7-4, but the Oakland anticipated to be 7-4, the win over the Jets. Showdown in 2 weeks.
Hey, man, I think the Jets is going to be, that's a trap game. Oh. Raiders are going to be looking beyond the Jets, looking to try to come to Arrowhead and take care of business. I think the Jets might sneak up and get a win against Oakland.
I like the way you think. I like the way this team played. Enjoy the bye week, everybody. We will. Chiefs win at 24-17 here in Mexico City.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by Community America Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.